Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Today I have another collab with Shebags, and it is another Chanel. So let's get into it. I will post a little snippet here of their website, how you can buy this, check out their things, and order. So let's get into it. So here is their homepage. You can find them by searching that cfbuy.ru. And from there, you can scroll down, see everything they offer. They have some coupons there, some of their hottest or latest bags. But if you go back up to the top there, you can hit the drop-down bar and see all those categories there. I'm going to click on the Chanel because that's where I got this bag from. And there you can see all the Chanel bags they offer on their website. They have pages and pages of them there. I don't see mine specifically, so I'm going to search Classic Flap in there. And that will bring me to all their Classic Flap bags. Scroll down a little there. Mine is the second one on the left, the black one there. And it will bring you to all of the details, all of the photos, all the specs, everything you want to know about it. They even have really nice detailed photos if you scroll down there. But let's get into the unboxing here. So this came in a beautiful box, and inside, perfectly wrapped, all the goodies. Came with the ribbon, the bag, receipts and paperwork. Beautiful dust bag, feels amazing. I've never had a nice dust bag like this from Chanel, so let's see it. I do have a little unwrapping to do here, but here's a sneak peek. Let me unwrap it and I'll show you. All right, so here it is. It is the Chanel Classic Flap. It is in the 25 centimeter. Look at that. All those stitchings line up. Same in the back here. Looks beautiful. Feels beautiful. It's got the strap that can be long or can go down short. Oh, wow. I love this. And it is in the gold, or not the gold, the silver. I got the gold last time, so I was really excited to get it in silver. Open up the flap here. We got the Chanel logos there. We got the big Chanel logo there. Pretty much the same as the last one I got on the inside there. A couple pockets here. Extra pocket up front here. I am in love with this. Oh, it has another little zipper up here. I'm gonna look. I wonder if there's a date code. Let me take a peek. So there is a little sticker in here, if you can see that right here. It has some numbers on it, but I'm not for sure if that's an authentic date code in there. But overall, this bag is amazing. 10 out of 10 quality. Every little detail is on it here, even down to the Chanel on the button. So I'm gonna be using this fall for sure. Inside, it also came with this tag here if you want to attach that. It had the flaps, each had these little protective films protecting it, and I will probably put those back in there. Also came with this card as well with papers in it. So everything that you would need to make this look authentic, they have. They were also nice enough to send me another Bulgari necklace. Same one I had last time, so maybe I'll do a giveaway with this. Let me know, like, subscribe, comment, let me know, because I would do a giveaway, possibly. I will include a little video to show you a close-up of the bag, and that is all I have. So enjoy. We'll see you next time.
I'm comparing it to the real one so I can see the difference in the reds, and hopefully the camera can capture that. Additionally, if you look here, you'll see the Louis Vuitton stamp that's right here. This is kind of in the leather, embossed in the leather, whereas this one is kind of stamped on, as you can see. So it sort of looks like it's made to be, but they're obviously different. Also, taking a look at the actual zipper compartment, this is a very faded print. This print stands out. So even if this bag was old, which this bag is actually relatively new, it still would not completely fade to this print. One thing that also really showed me that this bag was counterfeit is if you look here, this is the date code by Louis Vuitton here. As you can see, it's a piece of leather, and stamped into it is the date code. On this particular bag, it also has that, but this is a fake piece of leather, and the date code is stamped in with some sort of red. That's not the case with a real authentic bag. Another thing is that in a Louis Vuitton bag, typically there will be this little flap here, made in the USA. This one specifically is made in the US. Occasionally it'll say France, other countries of imported material. And this bag does not even have that on it. If you just take a look at the stitching too, you'll see that there's a lot of things that make the stitching imperfect. And if you take a look at the stitching, it's a dark, deep red. You could almost take a toothpick and kind of pick it out here. Whereas this is so very finely stitched into the bag. Other than that, I mean, this bag is, like I said, astonishingly an amazing replica bag. But if you really take a look at it, the best way to do it is to authenticate it using sites such as the Purse Forum. The ladies on there will be happy to help you. In addition to that, asking a friend of yours that has an authentic bag would be great if you're deciding to purchase secondhand online. So I hope this saves you ladies a lot of trouble, and we're absolutely returning this one back to the original seller, so that one will not be for sale. However, you can buy authentic Louis Vuitton, Chanel, and other designer purses at flipyourflap.com. Thanks for watching.
On the side pulls, I mean, it's really, really similar. Definitely pretty scary how well the replica companies are doing out there.
Let me show you the interiors. So here's the interior of the replica bag. You can see this is a really well done replica, which is why it's so scary. It has the same kind of linen tape down the sides. The pattern does not continue on the bottom, which is accurate. It has the pocket that pulls out here. All of this text I have compared side by side to the real one. It is exactly the same down to the fonts and everything. Okay, so let me show you the real one here. Here's what the real one looks like on the inside. I mean, it's almost, I would say almost identical on the interior. Here's a shot of the text and the pocket, how it pulls out.
All right, popping in again to show you guys the date codes up close. So this is the date code in the fake, and you can't see, but the last number is a 7. And you can see that the edges of this tab are a little bit rounded, which can be a sign of a fake. And the text is pretty skinny, but I have seen date code text that kind of looks like this, that is thinner. So I wouldn't say I would be totally alarmed off the bat. The edges are pretty common sign of a fake though. And the date code basically says that it was made in the year 2017, which based on the wear of this bag makes sense. It's a newer looking bag and it has a newer date code in it. So it's not like it has some crazy date code that doesn't make sense. Also with the heat stamp, that VI date code says that it was made in France, so that all matches up. So this is actually a pretty good replica. They've matched the date code to the heat stamp, and it's a year that actually makes sense for this bag. I'm gonna link the Yugi's Closet Guide to Date Codes below in the description box, so you guys can study up on what the different date codes mean and how they work, so you guys can kind of arm yourself with this knowledge. That's pretty important. So let me get this one up here and show you this date code. You can see the tabs. The tab here has more of a square edge. So on the real bags, at least for the Neverfulls, they always have a square edge. They're not going to be rounded like that last tag. And this also has smaller text, but it's a little bit more thick and pressed more deeply into the tab. And this one basically says it was made in, I think, 2000. I'm trying to see the last number. It's so hard with these things. 2010, which also makes sense for the age of this bag. It has more wear and tear to it, definitely on the top leather. There's scuffs and stuff, so that makes sense. And then the heat stamp here looks pretty similar to the other one. This one is made in Spain, and when I looked up what the letters CA here on the date code stood for, it was Spain, so that all matches up as well. So definitely a good sign for you guys to look for is the edges of this tab. That real ones are not going to have a rounded edge like that.
And so all I can tell you is you just really have to be careful. If you weren't looking at these two bags side by side and you just saw the fake one in a listing and you didn't have a real one to compare it to, I think it would be so easy to buy it thinking it was authentic and find out it wasn't. So that's why I really encourage you to use experts like pro authenticators that I'm going to link below. I love them. I've used them so many times and they've never let me down, and they know exactly what to look for. So you can't really go wrong if you use them. Highly, highly recommend. All right, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have any comments or questions, I hope you will submit them for approval. I'm always looking to hear from people what kind of things that they would use or they saw in this video that I missed that I should have pointed out, so that we can all be educated about this topic, because I think it is an important topic to talk about and put out there in the universe, that this does happen, that people will sell you a replica telling you it's real and they're not being 100% honest. So you just really have to learn how to protect yourself. As always, I really appreciate all your support here on YouTube. If you have not subscribed, I hope that you will. I do videos about all different kinds of handbag related topics. You can see I have quite a few behind me here on my wall in my office, and I cover all different kinds of brands as well. So if you just love handbags in general, please subscribe, and I know that you will love my channel. All right, I'll see you guys in my next one.